Are you ready? Let's go ahead and get up. Let's go ahead and get out of our house. We're going to go on a virtual trip to the Boys and Girls Club. Welcome to the Boys and Girls Club. I hope you guys have been having a great time right now. I know it's weird being isolated, but let's just have a little fun. We're going to go on a virtual lesson right now. We're going to have a fun time with our staff here at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Oxnard and Port Hueneme. So, I hope you guys are ready because we have an awesome lesson planned for you guys today here at the club.
Hi everyone, I'm Ms. Jovina from the Port Hueneme Clubhouse, and today we are going to do a STEAM activity. So let's get started. Today we are going to do an activity that involves coding. So for those of you that may or may not know, coding is the instructions that are put into a computer so the computer can do something based on a language that they understand. So in other words, basically when we are doing something on our phones or on our computers, we are essentially telling the computer to do one thing, and it really quickly tries to do it based on its coding. So basically it's kind of like a language or a program. So today we are going to do a demonstration of how coding will look like, so you guys can kind of visualize what happens when you guys are on, the next time you guys are on your electronic devices or your computers. Okay, so what you guys are going to need for this activity is some open space and some paper and some household objects. As you guys can see, I've laid out a grid of pieces of paper. It's 16 pieces of paper on the floor. I have 2 colored pieces of paper. If you guys don't, you can always draw on 2 pieces of the paper with an X or a circle. But essentially what we're going to do is we're going to start from one location and go to the other. So when we're thinking about coding, we're trying to tell the computer program to input information here, and then the output, which is the end part of the coding, will go out a different direction. So if we're going to start here, so say I'm writing a coding description in the computer program, and I want it to go from here, and I have to somehow get it to the other colored paper. So say I want to do the coding for the input code going like this, and then it'll end right here. Okay? Same thing if you want to start and do the input here for your coding, and you want to go it that way, and you want to go different directions. So say I want to go this way, and then go this way. So the direction where I'm going is basically telling the computer what to do when we're doing a specific task on the computer. Okay? So another thing what you guys can also consider is, say that the coding description gets a little more complicated and they do something called stops. So stops are basically when they tell you that in order to do something, the code is slightly different because we are trying to make the code to the point where we want to change things around and say that the output has now changed, but now we have these stops. So with the stops that you guys see on the ground, that's basically saying that we don't want the code to be a part of those parts where the codes are. So say I want to start here, but I want my code to be there, and we see all these different stops. So what we can do is we can just walk around it in order to find the output. So when computer scientists and engineers are creating the coding programs to our video games, to our cell phones, to our computers, they are typing out and creating a language so that the computer understands what to do. And the way that it processes is it does all of these different directions in order to direct itself to do the right task. Okay? So again, if you guys want to try it a different way, and you want, say they wanted to make the code shorter, they would do that. You can take out stops, and you would go from there. So So for you guys who wants to extend this activity, what you guys can do is you can play around with the different types of options that we have laid out. So right now, here are a couple of other examples you guys can do. So you guys can add a little bit more of what we call obstacles or stops, and kind of see what you guys can do in order to get a code to go inside and how it goes outside, or what we also call inputs and outputs. If you guys enjoy this activity, please make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at BGCOPH. Also, make sure to start following us on our website as well and register at the V Club. Make sure you visit the Boys and Girls Club of Port Hueneme and Oxnard website and register to see all our other activities as well. We miss you guys. Please be safe. Bye.